Hi everyone, welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. I hope you're all okay. Now, we haven't done a video in a while and we haven't done a baking video for ages, but I thought today we would do one. The sun is shining outside and we're going to jump into the kitchen now and make this chocolate fudge cake. I've never made it before. A lady on TikTok, I saw the recipe on there, so I'll pop her name in the description down below. We'll give it a go. So let's go into the kitchen now. Right, so to start off, I've put 3 cups of the plain flour into a bowl, and next we need to add some cocoa, and this is 3/4 of a cup of cocoa. So I'll just use the 1 cup and do it 3/4 full. I did notice, when we kind of weigh with scales, we're far more kind of precise. But when I sort of watched the lady doing this, she was very whack it in, that'll be fine. So maybe that's the way forward. So that's the cocoa powder, and we're going to add a teaspoon of bicarb soda and also baking powder as well. Also, I've noticed that teaspoons are different sizes. You'd imagine just all teaspoons be universal, but they're not. Have a look in your drawer if you've got different sets of cutlery from over the years. But I've just looked at mine and I thought they're all loads different sizes. So I just picked one that was pretty much teaspoon looking. Then we need 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. It is easier than getting the scales out, I have to say. So that's your 3/4, and then 1 1/4 cup of normal sugar. God, that looks loads of sugar, doesn't it? But again, it's going to be spread out, so we're not eating it all. I'm telling myself this. Right, so that's 1 1/4 cup. So what we're going to do with that is we're just going to give that a mix. So that's the dry ingredients. We'll give that a little mix round, and then we'll add the wet stuff next. Next, we're going to add the boiling water. So a cup of that. And then we're going to add the oil. So that's a cup of oil as well. You can switch out for margarine or butter, but it won't be as moist. So that's why the oil goes in. Just give that a little mix. We're not going to put the eggs in just yet because obviously the boiling water is warm and we don't want it to sort of start and cook the eggs. So we'll just give that a mix around for a sec. Also, if you wanted to use some coffee rather than boiling water to help bring the chocolate flavour out, you can do that. You just add half a spoon or a spoon of coffee, depending how sort of strong you want it, to your boiling water. Right, now we're going to add our eggs and a cup of buttermilk. So remember, we're doing our milk alternative, soy milk. Hang on a second, let me just whack some lemon juice in that, nearly forgot. This is about a tablespoon, so just pop that in. I found 1 cup a little too much, so maybe 3/4 of a cup would be better. And then we'll add 3 eggs as well. I've cracked 1 in there. I always crack them into a cup first or a bowl, just in case I get some shelling. You don't want to have to fish that out your recipe. So that's okay to go in now. And then we're going to give that a really, really good mix and stir around. And this is where I thought, I'm not sure if the bowl's big enough, but I think we should be fine. It looks like a mess at the minute, but once it's all mixed in, it will be absolutely fine and nice and chocolatey. I will pop the full recipe in the description down below so you can take a look. But I definitely think after making the cake that 3/4 of a cup of the buttermilk would be better than a full cup. I felt the full cup just made it a little bit too runny. And we're going to pour that into 2 tins. I have lined them with just some greaseproof paper at the bottom. The way you do that is take the bottom of the pan out, draw around some greaseproof paper, fold the paper in half again, and then just cut it round and then stick it down with some margarine, butter, that sort of thing, and just sort of butter around the edge too. So I'm going to try and get half of this mixture. It is quite runny, but I'm going to try and get half this mixture in each bowl, so we've got around about the same amount. And then we're going to cook it in a preheated oven. The oven's on 180 and I think it's about 25 minutes. If it's any different, I will let you know. So let's whack a bit of that in there. And hope there's no holes in these tins. And then we'll put them in the oven. And when they're cool, we'll cut them in half. Right, so they've both cooled down now. I'll pop them on these cooling racks and I'm just going to cut them in half, which is easier said than done. Obviously, if you're not confident to do this, then you can leave it. Obviously, make sure they are completely cool before you try to cut them in half. And oven-wise, mine were in for 30 minutes, so around about 25, 30 minutes. It was 180 degrees Celsius, 160 if it's a fan or gas mark 4. Leave them in the tin when they come out of the oven for about 10 minutes before turning them out onto a baking tray. And then they should be fine cutting. If you can hear giggling, Phoebe's in the background playing with the dog. Right, so if this is level, I'll be very surprised. I really will. I'm not even sure it's going to taste very nice, but that should be split now. So we'll just do the same to the other one, and then we'll start and make the filling. So we're going to move on to the icing now, and it's a little bit different for me measuring in cups. I'm not used to doing that at all. So we are going to put in the bowl, we're going to put 6 cups of icing sugar. And if you need to add a little bit more at the end, you can always kind of add a little bit more extra, but 6 cups should be fine. Then we're going to add 1 cup of cocoa powder, 1 cup of butter, a sprinkling of salt. You also need to add some milk, or whatever your milk alternative is. I'm using soy milk. Just really pour a little bit in when you're mixing it round, and then you'll kind of know if you need to add a little bit more or a little bit less, sort of thing, as you're kind of going along. You don't need too much, but just do it as and when you go. And when it's done, this is about the consistency that you want. And also, I forgot to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just using the cheap vanilla essence from Tesco, so you can just put about a teaspoon of that in as well. Start and layer the cakes up now, and just sort of sandwich this in the middle. And I think she said you can't really make it look neat when you're putting it together, just make it look neat at the end. So that's what I'll hope for. Now we are going to start and layer the cake up together. So we've obviously got 4 pieces of the cake. If you want to, you can pop a little bit of icing on the tray or the plate that you're putting it on, just to stop it moving around. And this is the icing that we've got. So this is the consistency that we're going to use. So I'm just carefully sliding the first cake that I'm going to use. I didn't bother putting any icing on mine, onto the tray that I'm going to use to decorate it on. And some bits might be a bit crumbly or a little bit cracked, but you can just sort of stick those with some of the icing, so it's easy to kind of stick bits together with. So go all the way over the bottom. It might not be too neat at the start when you're starting to do this, but don't worry too much, because when you sort of got it all on and all the cake put together, you can just sort of smooth it around and just sort of make it neater. So go all the way over, and then in between each layer we're going to put some more of this icing just to sandwich it all together. So now we're on to the top section, and we are just going to put again all the way over the top, round the sides, and just use something like a palette knife or a flat knife if you've got it, and that just helps you kind of go around the sides. But it's nice that it's not too neat and too perfect, so I think that kind of adds to the chocolate fudge cake sort of look. And you don't have to put anything on the top, but I thought it'd be quite nice to maybe sprinkle some chocolate. So I've got this dark cooking chocolate that I get from Tesco's. I just grated it on the cheese grater and then sprinkle some over the top. I think it just adds something extra. It makes it look nice, and you know, it tastes nice. It's not a really strong flavour on top of there, but I think it kind of adds a little bit to the design. So just sort of sprinkle that all the way over the top. And there we go. So that's the cake all finished. What I did was actually store the cake in the fridge. I just put a bowl over the top, like a dome, just to sort of keep it cool, and so it wouldn't get knocked in the fridge. And my kids really enjoyed it. It would be really nice if you wanted it maybe with some double cream or some strawberries. A really nice super treat. So that's it. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to give this recipe a go, or if you like chocolate fudge cake. It's definitely one of my favourites. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please do. It all helps. Give it a thumbs up, or even you can leave a comment in the description. So hopefully I've inspired you to have a go at baking. We've got lots of different baking videos on the channel. Look in the description. I'll put the recipe in there, and I'll also put some details of different baking videos. So you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.